All right, welcome back everyone. Robert at Custodian File. Today is 9/19/25. So several people reached out and said, hey, you should do something with this Charlie Kirk. And so what I've decided, I'm going to post this after the funeral, and then it gives me more time to accumulate more evidence. And I'm glad I did, because there's been a lot of new video coming in. So if you are a long viewer, you will understand a lot of this already. So let me show you some snapshots here, what I think is going on. Yeah, all these, obviously if you've been watching the channel, yeah, these are UAP dragons without a doubt, 100%. And if you've seen some of the videos and the new videos that are going out there, and I'll show you the IP and the titles, they're very fast. And frankly, some of the people doing research, finding these dragons at the event, they have really good eyes, because I have to watch 3 or 4 times in slow motion. So even though the skies were super blue, if you're a new viewer, God, this is going to be a lot of knowledge to try to take in so quickly. So these little objects that were there in Utah, these are not Earth drones. I understand the assumption, especially if you know nothing about these small, fast-moving UAP dragons. I call them dragons because 8 years ago, I was certain it was a bug. I knew it wasn't an Earth drone even back then, because they're just way too fast. But, and if you've been watching, also, I've always said these things are documenting time. They're time travelers. They document history. They show up. You know, some of you are like, well, were they part of the problem? I really just think they're documenting history. And I'll show you some photos besides them being there. I mean, just being there kind of is evident enough that they're but they did get very close to Charlie also. I'll show you what pictures I'm talking about. So let me put my 2 cents in here, because there's obviously millions of people and they want to know what kind of drones, Earth drones, these are, and how can they be so fast? How come they don't make any noise? So yeah, this is one of those shockers, I guess, when they throw you in the swimming pool and you just have to learn to swim. So I've been trying to coach everybody for 8 years, but it's unfortunate it took this event to bring it to public. But again, they're all over the world, not just at a tragic event, but just any kind of air show event, concerts. They're there. They're right in front of us. We just don't know. You pull out your cell phone, like everybody did here, and you can record them. So let's go forward and try to address and show you as much evidence as possible. Okay, so I just saw this last night. One of the viewers out there sent this to me, and yeah. So obviously, look at this dragon right here. This is a video. This is just a screenshot, but it's right above the red dot. See that little object there? That's the dragon. I know you're saying, Robert, aren't these things like 10 inches? Well, at full velocity, they have a silhouette, corona silhouette of 10 inches. But at lower velocities, and we've seen this over and over, they're pretty small. An inch, maybe smaller. Did you see the video I posted? Dragon flew up to a photographer, flew inside his eye so it can look through his eye, because the guy was looking through his camera. So it's about the size of an eyeball. Yeah, slightly smaller. I know this is like, if you're new, I've already lost you. I know. You're like, what is this guy talking about? Man, okay. So I have a heavy science background in pharmacy, and I've been studying science for 65 years. I knew that's all I would ever do, is just be a scientist. Yeah, there's these very small objects. They're all over the world. They're easy to predict, to bait. You can bait them. They're at air show events. They're everywhere. They're just playing everywhere. They're in front of you right now. You don't even know it. It's kind of concerning. They have characteristics. They trigger your X-band. They fly behind objects. They leave an X-ray silhouette. For instance, if that dragon would have been a little bit lower behind the aluminum window frame right there, it would be a white dot because you'd see the silhouette X-ray from the gamma rays. Okay, but so this is pretty close to the tent, but it gets a lot closer. Actually, I have a photograph. Again, one of the viewers found this. I have a photograph of the dragon inside the tent recording the event horizon to the millisecond. So to me, that's overwhelming evidence that they're documenting history, which really raises a lot of questions. If they're documenting history, how much history have they documented on Earth? How far back does it go? Does it go back 100 years, 1,000,000 years, 100 million years? Do they have access to the dinosaurs? It really, later, not now, but needs addressing. Personally, I would say, yeah, they do. If they wanted to, they could hack in your computer. They can send you an email of live dinosaur videos if they wanted to, which they will not do. But until we understand them, let's not underestimate them. Let's just learn as much as we can. These things are here. I've been studying this for 14,000 hours for 8 years. They're all over Marina Del Rey. Like I said, they're all over the world, but Marina Del Rey is infested with them. The government is 100% knows about it, 100%. They've been here 46,000 times in helicopters chasing these things. And it always ends the same way. They fly in, I turn on my video camera, they fly up to the chopper, and they fly away, and it's just repeat, and it's still going on to this very day. I know it's a lot of information. Some of you are like, well, what is this guy talking about? Well, yeah, just straightforward science. Until this day, and then this week even, we had heavy government activity in Marina Del Rey. Heavy, just like, so I'm going to be posting all that video too. But let's keep going. There's a lot to show you. I got a lot of evidence to show you here. Let's go to the next. Okay, this was sent by a viewer. If the viewer's watching, go ahead and post under comment if you want to leave your name, that you found it. Very hard to find, but sure enough. So this dragon, 2 frames, showed up on 2 frames. Is just a few feet from Charlie at the event horizon. So the instant that the bullet was in the air, that dragon probably was the same dragon in the previous frame that was next to the building, very nearby. And then I think there were like 2 or 3 dragons also flying around the campus at the same time. So logically, there's the only reason that UAP dragon would be a few feet from Charlie is to document history. That's just logic. I can't think of any other reason in science. So yeah, maybe you haven't seen that one. I know you've seen a lot of them. This was again was researched by a viewer, and like I said, if they want to just leave their name in the comment, they can. I did not find it. A lot of you are just doing super amazing research. Keep in mind again, we're never going to see all the dragon videos out there on the internet because there's just too many dragon videos accidentally been posted, and they're just floating around. So let's keep going here. Go to the next. Okay, everyone, now check this out. This was recorded several months ago in the UK. Gentleman is just doing an experiment. He goes, what happens if I throw a frisbee up in the air? Will it get the attention of a dragon, a UAP dragon? Because you can bait these dragons. And the technology is so new, we don't know what the limits are. But the answer is yes. You can bait them with a frisbee. And I'm going somewhere with this because you're like, hey, I was just talking about the Charlie thing. So look at this photo right here. You can look it up. There's the IP. There's the timeline. Mr. Charlie's throwing hats in the audience. See that little orange hat in the top right corner? That's a hat in the air. And sure enough, look at this dragon. Just, was it like considered a challenge? The dragon is like, I can tag this hat. Pretty odd. I mean, this is the kind of technology we're dealing with. Well, literally out of this world technology. Let me see, out of this world. If it's from the future, does that constitute out of this world? I'm not sure. That's a tricky question. If it's from the future, is it out of this world? If it was from another planet, it's out of this world. But yeah, so this is just what I'm seeing. This is my opinion. I could be totally wrong. But, you know, I've studied this for so long. I've seen what other people are doing. Yeah, you could do this. If you want to be a more serious researcher, you can reach out to me. I have 6,000 of these videos. You can have them all. Put them under a microscope. Give them to a supercomputer, a quantum computer. Yeah, analyze whatever you want to do with them. But they're all over the world. They're just, there's a lot of other people recording, a lot. And then there's thousands of people recording and they don't even know they have it on their video. They're not birds, they're not bugs, they're not Earth drones. I understand the assumption, but when you've studied this as long as I have, I wouldn't even be wasting your time if these were bird, bugs, or Earth drones. You wouldn't even be hearing from me. But these are something else. So the question is, where are they from? What are they doing here? I get that. And we're doing our best to figure it out. Right now, we're just studying all the physical evidence that they're right in front of us. Okay, let's go to the next here, because there were a lot of videos on that day. Let's go to the next. Okay, we'll close on this video here. This is another one I just found floating around. Somebody, obviously I didn't do this art here, but this is some great photography. This is how fast they are. In real life, this is just how it is. That's why nobody ever sees them. You're wondering, how come I don't know about this? Everybody knows about it. Why don't I know about it? You know, believe me, I've told a lot of people. The media, the news media, does not want this out there. They just don't want it out there. But look at that. You see where it started off? You zoomed in. That's a dragon. That is just 100% a dragon. It's not a bug. Not an advanced drone from DARPA. Although, I mean, in open mind, I mean, it slightly could be. But these things, characteristics, 2,000 miles an hour, 0 to 2,000 miles an hour in 1 second. They trigger your X and K band. They fly behind metal poles. You can still see an X-ray silhouette of them. They leave an audio click. As a matter of fact, I haven't watched all the videos, but somebody should review more videos. Listen for a tiny click when these things fly by. I'm sure we'll find one. Somebody will find one and they'll send it to me. What else do? They're baitable. You can throw things in the air. You can just fly by with a helicopter. They'll fly up to you. Yes, they fly behind airplanes, helicopters. I've shown all those videos. I've shown, really at this point, I've answered everyone's questions. If you're a new viewer, really, there's really no more skeptics out there. It is what it is, and we're trying to figure out the next level of questions. Where are they from? Why are they here? What are they doing with this information? I just personally, I don't have a lot of insight. I just think they're from the future, and they're definitely recording history. They're documenting it. So I say, you know what? We open dialogue with these things, become friends with them. Maybe we can get some of their technology, borrow some of their mathematics, some of their physics, some of their biology, some of their pharmacology, anything. Anything more than what we have now. And who knows? Maybe they'll give us a couple of videos of the dinosaurs. How cool would that be? Okay, so tell me what you think, everyone. If you have your own UAP Dragon video, custodianfile@gmail. Please like, subscribe, comment. I could use your support. This is Robert at Custodian File. Thank you for watching.